She trying to eat that frappe. Tequila said, blessed in you. Girl, same. I can't complain. I cannot complain. I did enough complaining last year. So I'm just giving myself grace for one, and stop being so hard on myself, and stop throwing fits and temper tantrums when stuff don't go like I want it to go or how I expect it to go. So yeah. And I'm saying, like, as far as like my goals and stuff, like working towards my goals and stuff like that, like if I do 50% or I get halfway there, I just beat myself up like it's not good enough when it is, you know. So I be complaining and stuff, girl, and I'm like, you need to stop being ungrateful. Because like you said, I'm blessed. I'm very blessed, and I need to be thankful for the little things and, you know, the blessings that God has bestowed upon my life. And yeah, so this year, honey, I talked to one of my business sisters yesterday, and she you know, we always talk to each other for advice and stuff when it come to business. And I was telling her, I said, sis, you gotta put the pen down. And I was like, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I was like, but I'm just telling you what helped me or whatever. I was like, a lot of times you block your blessings and you be in the way because we're trying to write the story or whatever. And I was like, it's not for us to write. I was like, always remember that God is writing the story. And I was like for me, I get so upset. And I went, you know, I was referring back to my live, telling her, I said, I just talked about this on my live, how I wanted to make 100,000 from social media last year. And because I didn't make it, I made half or whatever. But because I didn't make 100,000, I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, like everything going wrong or whatever. But in the midst of all of that, I'm forgetting to be thankful for the 50 that I made, you know. And I feel like we do that a lot, you know, in life or whatever. We get so caught up in, oh, this is going wrong, this going wrong, oh, this ain't going how I wanted to go. And I was like, you know, it wasn't my time to make 100,000, you know, but that was my goal, that was my vision. So like I said, I was beating myself up about that, like go harder, do more or whatever. And if God wanted me to make that, that's what I would have made, you know. And so I was telling her, I said, girl, put the pen down. I was like, listen, stop trying to write your story, you know. I said, you got to take you out of it or whatever. And she was like, girl, she was like, you know what, you so right. And I said, I'm not telling you what to do again, I'm just telling you what worked for me. When I took me out of it and I just allowed God to have his way or whatever, stuff started going better for me, you know. And it's less stressful too or whatever when you up here telling yourself, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and da 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 da. Now don't get me wrong, y'all, I'm big on manifesting, you know. I love to manifestation is real, it is, you know. So what you want, Pooh?
2 frosted donuts and 1 hash brown.
The strawberry?
Yeah.
Can I have 2 strawberry frosted donuts?
Okay.
And an order of hash browns, and actually 2 order of hash browns and a water, ice water.
The cup of water? Or
Yes,
a bottle?
no, the cup.
Okay. Anything else for you?
And the bottle water.
1 cup of water, 1 bottle of water?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's it.
Thank you, driver.
And so Tequila, I was just telling her, like, you know, a lot of times we get in the way or whatever. And I did a lot of that last year, you know. And it wasn't until like around fall I had got sick. I had like a really bad cold or whatever. And it was like, and the same thing happened to her when we was talking. She said, girl, I started feeling sick, and it's like God started speaking to me or whatever. And I said, girl, that's the same thing that happened to me. And a lot of times, that's when God gonna speak to you. That's when he gonna put stuff on your heart or whatever. When you're still, when you be still and you're able to listen to him or whatever. So when I got sick, I was just at home and I was praying and I was like, God, what is next for me? You know, like, I've accomplished a lot of things. I've done a lot of things that I said I wanted to do, like going inside the school, speaking to the youth. I said that I was going to get into speaking engagements or whatever. I did that. So I was like, you know, like, God, what's next for me? Like, what do you have next for me? I want whatever it is that you want for me. And so it was like when I did that, that's when he started depositing things into me. That's when I was able to hear him more clearly, you know, like, it's time for you to, you know, quit trying to write the story. Step back. You want some ketchup, Boo? Oh, it's in here.
Okay.
Thank you. Here. Where are your donuts? Are they in there before I pull out? I don't think so. Oh, thank you. It smells good. Smells sweet.
You can have this.
I don't want that. I don't drink Deer Park no more. That's why I didn't get the bottled water.
I didn't know it was gonna be this.
Neither. But yeah, I don't like Deer Park and I don't like the Sunny anymore. But yeah, I told her, I was like, that's when he started like depositing stuff into me or whatever and telling me, you know, you've helped so many people. You're always doing for other people. And I was just drained and tired, you know. Along with trying to do for myself and help myself and my family and run my business and assist my man with his business and still be a mom and all this stuff or whatever. So I was just tired or whatever. So that's when I was able to just, you know, like hear God or whatever, you know, like and understand what he was depositing into me or whatever. So I had to tell her yesterday or whatever, like, because I don't ever want nobody to feel like, I tell y'all all the time, I'm not a know-it-all. Baby, I'm always gonna be a student first. Good morning, Shanice. She said, sounds like what I'm battling. Let God. Yes, girl, let go and let God. Even when it came to my kids started acting a fool last year. I was like, who kid these is? Like, who y'all belong to? You know, and even when it came to my children, I'm gonna tell you what that was too. The enemy was attacking me through my children. And I'm gonna tell y'all, the devil will come for you through the closest people to you, through your family, through your children. You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids started acting crazy, like, you know, like, again, like I told y'all, I'm like, who kid these is? Y'all don't belong to me or whatever. But even with that or whatever, I'm just like wrecking my brain, because I know that if nothing else, can't nobody tell you nothing else about me, I show up for my children. I'm a mother before anything. When they call me, I'm there. I don't just do this, I almost cussed, but I don't just do this as on the internet. You know, I do this in real life, okay? So, I just couldn't understand it. I'm like, I rip and run for these kids, you know what I'm saying, outside of materialistic stuff, because, you know, when it comes to being a parent, you got to do more than just provide. I say that all the time with a lot of these big creators that I be watching, or I ain't gonna say I watch them, a lot of them that I see or whatever on reaction channels and stuff like that. Some of them are titled a good mother because they provide. A good mother is more than just providing. A good father is more than just providing. Like, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be attentive to your kids. You have to actually be there and be present. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just, oh, okay. Hey, Lisa, good morning, boo. It's more than just providing for them, putting a roof over their head and buying them clothes and shoes or buying them what they want. No, you got to do more than that, you know? So when it came to my kids acting out and stuff or whatever, and like I said, that wasn't nothing but the enemy using them. That was the devil using them against me or whatever. When it came to that, I'm just like, goodness, you know, like, I know I'm a good mom, I'm an active mom, I'm a present mom, like, it was unexpected, you know, but again, that's life or whatever. And so I'm gonna tell you how I dealt with that and got through with it. my son's grandmother had told me something. She texted me. I was out of town at a speaking engagement, and she texted me, and something had went on with my son, and she texted me, and she said, give them back to who gave them to you. When I did that, I said, you know what? She is so right. I never forget. I was so sad, like after my speaking engagement. I was so sad. Mind you, I was sad at the speaking engagement, but I had to keep on my game face because I was sitting right next to a celebrity, like right in her face. And so I had to keep my game face on or whatever, but I'm literally just like broken in the inside or whatever. And so I remember, y'all, when his grandmother texted me and told me that, she said, and this is how she said it. She said, give that boy back to who gave him to you. Y'all, it was like the weight of the world was lifted up off my shoulders or whatever. So once I finally got back to my hotel room and I like processed, you know, everything and then what she had said, baby, when I got to the airport, I'll never forget getting on the plane, and I was sitting there on the plane, and I just felt a sense of peace just come over me or whatever, because that night I had prayed and I did exactly what his grandmama told me to do. I said, you know what? She is right. These children, they were borrowed to me. You know what I'm saying? They God's children. These are his babies. And when I say that, you know, as a mom or whatever, it's hard because, you know, when you say like, oh, I'm gonna let go and let God, it don't mean you giving up on your children. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that you're giving up on them or whatever, but I know that I can only protect them so much. I can't do what he can do. You know what I'm saying? And I had to stop trying. I can't protect them how he can protect them or whatever. And so, what's that? I don't want that.